What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the left side of the map in the green color, playing as Loki. His name is AOL Iron Maiden. His partners today on The Price is Right. Just kidding. In this game are in the yellow color playing as Poseidon. It's none other than F2's Squash. The man, the myth, the legend. And finally, we have at the bottom of the map in the purple color, pink color, whatever you want to call this, playing Ra. His name is El Bortaro. Their opponents today in the teal color playing as Zeus. His name is Ragnarok. In the red color playing as Hades. He's 92 easy. And in the blue color playing as Kronos, his name is Demantis. This guy is crazy. Who plays Kronos these days? Who does it? Which one of you? Demantis obviously does. So, let's have a discussion here about why you would ever pick Kronos over, say, Uranus or Gaia on Vubli. Answer number one is time shift is very, very strong. Answer number two is that Vortex is very, very strong in team games. But Uranus has Vortex. And answer number three is Siege is really cheap. Team games oftentimes go to that point where you do get access to those siege weapons and you want to utilize them a lot. So maybe Kronos makes sense if you're expecting the game to go there. So we'll see. Potentially Demantis just went random god and got unlucky with Kronos. But Hades, Zeus, two strong picks over here. Maiden does get Loki here on Watering Hole. So he's bound to have a fantastic time running around the map with his Hersa. And he's always been a very, very strong raider. So we'll see if that's going to be the case in this game or not. A lot of the time, Watering Hole can end up just getting all walled up and being very difficult to navigate, I guess, for the Hersa, but you can definitely do some shenanigans. Put some docks down, get some transport ships, get past the walls, surprise your opponent quite a bit like that. We have our Ra player over here. Just one guess, and you'll probably get it right as to what Mr. El Bortaro is going to be doing here. It's looking like fast second town center and possibly fast Mythic here from this Ra player. Is my guess. I'd be surprised if he did anything else. Squash, who knows what he's doing. He's managed to eat a crocodile, and he's got the water buffalo and the hippopotamus here, so getting his full 1,000 food in 3 of those animals. Apparently this map is terrible. Show the third town centers. Well, we can look at the town centers when we get there. The second town center here for Maiden has got himself access to a lot of really good resources, so very good. Idea for Maiden is to go for the 2 town center Loki play. It's an old strategy which works very, very well. And over here, our Ra player, El Bortaro, his town center, not looking too hot. Not looking too hot at all. Not sure exactly what you can do here with this. I mean, he's got a gold mine right next to it, but not much else. Our Kronos player here, he's got this town center on this location with not a whole lot of good resources near it. Does have a gold mine and a wood line, but no food. His forward town center is fantastic, though. Demantis is going to have access to all of this. Also, this town center over here, which is El Bortaro, is very much out in the center of the map, so going to be easily able to be picked on if he decides to go for it early. 92 easy over here. He's got his town center back here with a beautiful amount of zebra on this one, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a fast second town center. But his third town center is surrounded by forests. Going to be a tough one to secure if this is starting to be punished by utilizing this forest with siege. And Ragnarok's over here. He's got his town center position here next to this zebra. Not bad, but he's already eaten the zebra, so it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to be getting onto that. And this town center in front is secured by the trees. So Ragnarok's town centers are unfortunately pretty difficult to grab. And Squash is making it very hard for him by taking Ragnarok's town center right off the bat here. Going to be controlling a lot of this game, and especially with the help of the Loki player, AOL Iron Maiden, who's going to be chucking up longhouses in the middle of the map now, ready to start going in. We still haven't seen this this second town center going up for Mr. El Borotaro, who's going to be picking off a lot of what the Demantis player, or the Kronos player Demantis, is doing. And we do see a shifting sands here, pulling these units back into the base here. Borotaro going to be moving out onto this town center here again. Really wants to get that down as the counter barracks coming in, plus the temple, plus anything else that's going to be coming through fairly shortly. We'll see if Borotaro can get this one up. Potentially, Demantis not going to be paying attention over here. If we check out the line of sight here for Demantis, will he know? He doesn't know, and now he does. He sees this one coming up. See the Pharaoh coming over here. The Oracle will get taken out very, very quickly here with the help of the Pharaoh, but not before the Wadjet takes some significant damage here, as the Promethean will get sniped down as well. And Demantis is going to actually have to get out of here. He is getting his own second town center behind this. So very, very strong plays here. So we see the counter barracks getting pulled back. And Ragnarok's has got his 2 town centers. We do see a little bit of early pushing in. As Ragnarok's did go Athena here, which is definitely a bit of a surprise here on this map, but we'll see if that's going to work out for him. Double military academy coming down for Ragnarok's. Potentially you could see an underworld timing here off of 2 town centers for Ragnarok, so that could be what he's going for. But he does have to fight through a ceasefire that Squash has got. And there's the rain coming through for Borotaro. And his armory on the way. How are the economic upgrades looking? He's got pickaxe, he's got Shadoof, he's got husbandry. No plow just yet. Is that coming through fairly soon? No, he's just short on wood, so deciding plow is not worth it for whatever reason. But we'll see how it's all going to go. Everyone's kind of 2 town centers except for Maiden here. And Demantis, that is. But Demantis is getting that town center up very slowly. So you're now starting to see these Hersa roaming around looking for some villager kills. I love this armory placement here from 92 Easy. But he does have a little gap in his forest as the Hersa does make it through. Going to get some swings here. These are Hall of Thane's Hersa as well. As Maiden is 60 population. Having to pull back away from this. We see the Golden Lions out, plus the Ajax, plus the Chiron. If I was Maiden, I would definitely consider sneaking up into this back location here and chucking down a dock if you could. Just one hearse over here, dock, and then a longboat would allow Maiden to jump from this side of the lake to this side to hit both Ragnaroks and 92 Easy without having to deal with their walls. But obviously, hindsight is 20/20. Now we see a 3rd town center coming through for Demantis. Makes sense. Your opponent's gone 2 town centers, so you grab 3. And currently, well, Squash is putting some pressure here onto Ragnarok, so he's trying to make some units out, but it's looking like Squash is just that little bit in front here than Ragnarok. 78 population to 60 or 70 population, as Squash's macro is just that teensy bit better. A lot of it is Poseidon, a lot of it's having the extra lure early, but Ragnarok does have access to Bolt, so he can pick off something of value here, as El Borotaro does hit the Heroic Age through Hathor. He's going to be looking to hit some sort of a Locust somewhere, as another villager has been sniped here. Nice snipe for Demantis. See Demantis grabbing himself Grugnir Odin's Spear. Wouldn't mind seeing that getting thrown over to his buddy Ragnaroks here, as Squash trying to make a push through and Ragnaroks just says, nah, I'm good. I'm good. See this Toxote getting sniped down. Let's turn around and start fighting. I'm not sure why he was running if he was happy to fight. If Ragnaroks was happy to fight, why? Is this just like being whoever's got the strongest mental here wins this fight? Definitely don't think that that Squash's army won that, but he turned around and Ragnaroks retreated. Now we see the rocks starting to move forward. These Ursa still in the back. Still not building that dock that I would have liked to have seen. Sag. It's definitely one of those things that he's got so much wood in the back, but it's one of those things that is just super, super good. Now we see the heroes of, or Hersa, I should say, coming through. Going to start picking off these villages yet again. 92 Easy does react very, very fast here. And Ragnarox is ready to start pushing forward. He's got almost enough resource to advance here. I definitely, we see 92 Easy going through to the Heroic Asia Apollo. I don't think it would be a bad idea for 92 Easy to use his Underworld for Ragnaroks here onto Maiden's Town Center. That would cast Ceasefire, and then you could do exactly the same thing again. Ragnaroks is retreating here. So we do see some Hersa over on this location looking for some villager picks. Potentially Maiden can move over here and chuck a temple down for some battle ball raids spawning in on this one. Now we see the Hersa getting taken down. Oh, losing one Hersa. Maybe a second one. Nice micro, but doesn't quite get out of here fast enough. The villagers are too strong, but one villager does fall. Two villagers do fall. No myth unit spawns, unfortunately, here. We see Squash pushing in to the military academies here, ready to push off this gold mine, put some real pressure onto Ragnaroks. Is there a person watching this game? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Can't go exclam LA or anything like that. Feels bad. But Squash is able to put some really good pressure on to Ragnaroks in this game thus far. We see the temple getting taken down as well. So now we've got the Nemean Lion in here, and Ragnaroks is hurting. He's going through Apollo himself here. Second temple going up, making sure he can get that free Manticore out. It's going to be a big help against that ball of Toxotes there. Meanwhile, we see Boitaro trying to grab this town center, and Demantis is just like, nah, I'm huge. Get out of here. Meanwhile, some cavalry raids onto these citizens. Demantis not paying attention. He's going to be losing 2 citizens here, and well, one of them is a hero citizen. We do see this citizen getting sniped down, and another one over here getting sniped. Very, very nice play here from Mr. El Boitaro. As Demantis hurts just a little bit, but he does have full map control, and I do think that Demantis hitting like a relatively early Mythic Age would be incredibly good here, as we do see there's that ceasefire we were talking about. So here's the question now. Can we hit a huge double team from 92 Easy onto Squash? If he puts another Underworld over here, would that work? Probably not, because Maiden's going to come over there. Maybe. Maiden's still running around with his Hersa, trying to cause some disruption. You see this town center getting grabbed by Maiden, and Boitaro probably going to be able to take this one. That's very smart here. We'll see how this is all going to go. I don't think that Ragnaroks should probably stay here. He's kind of trading Underworld for a... holy Squash, his mythic timing here. Squash is so insanely good at this game. 13-minute mythic, 3 town center, 4 town center, 133 of 145 population. This guy is out, and he's got resources to boot in his bank. This guy's insane. And there's the Earthquake here onto Ragnaroks' base, getting countered by the Restoration. Very, very nice play from Ragnaroks. I love this from Ragnaroks. As a complete aside, that is so good. Aoki Yubi, thank you so much for the Prime there, my friend. Appreciate you. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. 2 months. My God, thank you. I love that. I love that usage of Restoration countering Earthquake. But there's not much else now that Ragnarox has got. So he's going to need to ask help from his Hades buddy. Wait, where's this Underworld gone? Underworld, oh. Eee. How many myth units do you have? This would be good if there was like 3 Colossus here. But there's like no Colossus here. He's making a second one. Like the other option would be, if you do this, instead of making like these buildings, make a fortress and get Heliopolis to push in here as well. Wouldn't be a bad idea. Meanwhile, while this is going on, like Demantis is trying to push forward in the front, but he's getting attacked by Maiden on the back. This is a good deflection tactic by AOL Iron Maiden. Managed to take down 1 barracks. And the Underworld passage, or the Underworld of 92 Easy is getting absolutely dismantled here. And this is going to make this game very, very tough to win here, as Maiden's now grabbed this forward town center as well. He's on 4 town centers. He's going up to 5 town centers. This guy is crazy, man. There's no way in the world that Maiden can support this. We see a lightning storm coming down on this position, going to be taking down a lot of these units. Nice garrison micro here into the Heliopolis to secure a couple of these Toxotes. But a big amount of losses here. Now we will see these Medusa coming out here. I really like building like maybe like 5 villages on favor or something here for Zeus with Hera, and just like massing Medusa, because they will be able to take down these Chimera very, very easily. But the Chimera is dodging at this point. But you basically have like a whole bunch of instant kill Medusa to hold the position. But Ragnarox is not quite ready to be pushing out just yet. We do see this town center getting taken down. This town center also getting taken down as the battle boards trying to help out here. Even Gastrafidi coming in to take this out. This town center is not much long for this world, as Maiden went from 5 town centers down to 4 town centers here. Down to 3 town centers just about. Son of Osiris getting caught out here, as El Bortari going to be trying to run for the town center, as the Murmillo are too fierce. No? Maybe? We will be seeing the Heliopolis, or Heliopoli, coming in, being incredibly terrifying here for Squash. And the thing is, like, Squash doesn't even need armor anymore. If he just makes Heliopoli and like Toxotes in the back, he doesn't need armor. So hard to defend this. Ragnarox is getting pushed back with majority just Toxotes here. We see these houses getting taken down. The Bellerophon in the back getting chased by the Hippocon. Nice play there. And Squash is putting his foot on the gas, saying, get out of my game. And Demantis trying to do the same here. He has gone through Helios, but haven't really seen that Vortex being used just yet. So we'll see if that's going to happen anytime soon. He's got 3 charges of it. Ragnarox is definitely struggling in this position here. 2 town centers to 2 town centers to 4 town centers, excuse me. As Squash is 4 and Maiden is 4, so it's technically 10 to... Was that 10? 10 town centers to 2, 2, 3, 7 town centers there. So big population advantage for the current team with less economy, but it's still a very close game in terms of score, so doesn't matter all too much. Meanwhile, 92 Easy trying to get his town center back, going to get denied here with the help of that free mountain giant that Maiden's been able to make here. And Maiden's still not in the Mythic age because he was on 5 town centers, that's right. But he has got some real big damage done onto Mr. 92 Easy, who's trying to defend. These Gastrafidi are going to get taken down very, very easily as well. And there we go. There's the first of many Vortexes, as Maiden's home base is now going to be getting absolutely destroyed here. These Hecagigantes, look at that crush damage. 30 crush damage. Absolutely insane. 25 hack as well. And they're going to be looking to maybe take down some houses and maybe everything else. Meanwhile, 92 Easy taking some big hits here. And El Boritaro can take this time to grab this town center if he so chooses. But he does only really have a minute. So we'll see how much damage that Damantis is going to do before he decides to warp out of here. See, he's taking Gigantes. He's going to be searching around looking for the town center. We've got Hell coming through, though, so he can drop that down on this town center to try and take these Gigantes out if he so chooses. And put it down elsewhere as well for not really any problem. But yes, there is the Nidhogg. It's going to be too weak, too slow. Taking Gigantes completely tear down this town center. And Maiden is down to one town center. Feeling very, very weak, but Ragnarox is getting bowled over here by the Heliopolis spam of Squash. I've said it once. I'll say it 100 times. Heliopoli are insanely good units, insanely valuable units. 500 wood gold for 5 population for 650 HP, dealing 6 pierce or 6 damage an attack. 6 and they shoot 3 projectiles, so dealing 8 damage in a second. That's insane. That's so much. Meanwhile, Bellerophon flying in. Will get picked off very quickly as well. So Ragnarox is still desperately trying to hold on here, but Squash is still pushing through. 92 Easy is managing to get control of this location. Meanwhile, we see a deconstruction on this location as El Boritaro going to be losing his town center very, very soon. That's a very nice usage of the special ability there onto those villages to take it down just a little bit faster. Meanwhile, this town center has fallen. We've got the Oxy war barges in on this location. We've got 5 catapults coming in as Damantis might need to just warp in on top of the catapult here as we're seeing Boritaro coming over here to drop some towers, maybe even take the town center for himself. And it is looking like Damantis is struggling here to hold on, even though he's kind of making some really good ground here, taking down the hometown center as well, but he does decide better value would be to jump onto the catapult over here to take this down as fast as he possibly can. Meanwhile, El Boritaro just puts his town center back up and says, thank you very much. Maybe I'll get this one up as well. Probably not, but maybe I'll give it a go. You see the destroyers coming in to take that down, prevent that from going up. Meanwhile, Ragnarox has defended fairly nicely here, but look at this. Look at this 7 Heliopoli in this location here with a ton of Toxotes. The only thing better than Heliopoli Toxote is Heliopoli Myrmidon. You can go Heliopoli Myrmidon, you just live the dream. Now Squash moving forward. We're trying to take down Ragnarok some more. He's just about to get his town center back up. In fact, I think it will just about get up, but I mean, the Heliopoli will just tear it down very, very quickly as well. So we see these Bellerophon coming in. Like 55 HP Bellerophon. We'll be retreating away here. Doing his thing. See a Chaos God Power coming down over here. The Mummy getting zapped. Damantis going to try and get his town center back. He's starting to make these Fanatics. The Fanatics are really, really good here. But this is Mass Champion Axeman. So really the answer to this is Mass Contarius. We see Maiden getting his town centers back slowly here. He's finally making his way back. But 92 Easy is just like, I'm going to push. Let me go. I'm going to kill you. See these units now coming over to help out. Definitely just need Prodromus in on this location to take the Heliopoli. It's kind of the only like melee unit that does anything for the Greeks against the Heliopoli is the Prodromus, but then the Toxotes take them down very, very easily. There's Maiden's town centers back here as well. El Boritaro trying to push forward. Still these Axemen doing absolute work here. See this palace popping up for Damantis as he's going to try and hold on. We do have a bunch of fire ships coming in. Fire ships are one of the funniest units in the game. I don't really know what their purpose is. They try and take down the units, but you can actually dodge fire ship attacks very easily with the cabinets, which is funny. So trying to control this water is very important. We said Son of Osiris does get sniped down there. As 92 Izzy going to come over here and try and help push on this location. So trying to just hold this. We see the Cyclops Polyphemus getting taken out here. Bellerophon makes a return to holding this location.
Into you.
Now we see the cabinets making their way up the river here. Maybe going to be able to sit on this location, prevent reinforcements. Or actually, no, these are purple cabinets. They don't need reinforcements. Now we have the tech switch into Arcus, Fire Siphon, Fanatic. It's not actually a bad try here against the Axemen, but I do definitely prefer, before towers are set up, prefer the Contarius here, but this will do. Meanwhile, we see a side build coming in for our Loki player, AWOL Iron Maiden, getting up this temple here. You can get, like, he's got Hell, so he has access to Rampage, which means he can just spam these myth units out. He's got 40 favor with tons of gold in the back, so he can just spam Fire Giants out of here if he gets the favor for him. See a deconstruction coming down for Ragnaroks. So he's still not able to kind of put El Borataro to bed here. Another hill fort up for AOL Iron Maiden, chucking the dock up here. Doing his thing. We see the Nidhogg getting sniped down. These Fire Giant here getting picked off. As the Hecagigantes pushes through here, bashing those Axemen back. We'll see if Demantis can push in and do anything here or not. Meanwhile, there is a random Juggernaut here. We've got the Fire Giant getting built into the temple for AOL Iron Maiden. He wants to be building some specific units here. 130 or 160 pop. Not really putting the pressure on that he needs to. And Squash still trying to push in, but now we've got heavy hoplites. It's starting to be a little bit harder for Squash to make ground. He does have the champion Toxotes out now. We'll see how that's going to go. As these Toxotes doing some really good damage here, trying to pick off the hoplites and everything else. Let's see if Squash is going to be able to push in onto this town center after all. Ragnarok's holding on two town centers for so very, very long here. He's just making this look kind of easy, even though it's not. And Demantis losing town centers yet again to the Oxy war barges that are coming in here. And honestly, the only real answer to this for the Atlanteans are towers on this shore here. So we see the palace getting taken down. And El Borataro is going to start making some serious ground on Demantis, who's at 144 of 140 population, and not going to have the population to defend any significant push. And Demantis in that moment does decide that the game is lost here, and he taps out, as we will be seeing Ragnarok's tapping out soon as well. You see a Locust onto Squash's villages as 92 Izzy also drops with Ragnarok's as well, following suit. GG, well played by Squash, El Borataro, and Iron Maiden to take this game. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next game.